never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017 is the number. It's Monday, October 7th, 2 minutes after the hour. It's going to be a very interesting day. I have literally, absolutely nothing to talk about. So if you got something on your mind, 833-212-1017, I have absolutely nothing to talk about. I got zip.
I'm serious. I got nothing. Jason's looking at me like, wait, what?
Because I mean, Dr. Kane, Dr. Kane ain't got nothing to talk about.
I got nothing to talk about. Now, what you need to ask me is, why don't you have anything to talk about? And see, very, very few people ask me that, and I don't really understand why. Because I guess because they think I talk a lot, which I do, which is why I really want to get back at my 7th and 8th grade teacher for telling me I talk too much and getting me in trouble. And then now I talk too much and win an award. So, yeah, boo on you. I have to find out if she's alive or not. I figure if she was in her 40s when I was in like 8th grade, she may have passed away already. But you never know. You know, black folk be living a long time. So I'm just saying. But no, I was kind of speechless today because, and if anybody wants to talk about something, clearly let me know. 833-212-1017 is the number. The reason I say that, I was disturbed by an article that I read today that I don't understand why. Right? And I'm actually going to get to James because I don't know. Yeah, that's how God works. That question ties in perfectly with what I'm going to talk about. So I don't know whether to take James first or talk about the story that I looked at. So I'm going to go out on a limb. James, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What's your question?
Good evening, Dr. Ken. My question is, what is your definition or how do you describe unconditional love?
Is there a reason why you're asking that?
Will we ever really have that?
Is there a reason why you're asking?
Yes. Because, okay, I believe in God, and the reason I talk about unconditional love a lot, and I personally don't believe that unconditional love is something that we as human beings will ever attain.
And why is that?
Well, okay, according to the Bible, when you ask God for forgiveness, whatever you've done, he casts into the sea of forgiveness. And with us, I believe that we truly love people on conditions, meaning that, let's say, for instance, if I got a Packer game in my house, Dr. Ken, you come to the house and everything like that, and you say, hey, man, can I have a beer? I said, go in the refrigerator to get you a beer. And let's say my wallet is on the table or something like that, to understand. And I know I had, like, say, $200 bills in there, $100 bills in there. And all of a sudden, you were the only one there. We're watching the Packer game. I go to my wallet. All of a sudden, the $100 is gone. Okay. So I'm double thinking everything and making sure I'm right. That, okay, I know I had two $100 bills in there.
Okay.
But one of them is gone.
Okay.
And I may say, hey, Ken, did you see, did you happen to find a $100 bill maybe laying around the house or something?
People would pick me to steal $100, right?
Yeah. But you may say no. Okay. Now what happened is, now I know I'm not crazy. I know I had two $100 bills in there, and what happened prior to the $100 bill coming up missing,
right?
The condition was that, okay, you could go in the house, go get your beer, whatever it is, and now that the $100 is missing, now the conditions changed. Where you may still be able to come to my house.
Okay.
But the next time you want a beer, I may say, you sit here, I'll go get the beer for you. As in, like, in my mindset, don't move. I'll get the beer for you.
Okay. And so your question to me is, what's the definition of unconditional love?
What do you believe? Yeah, what is your definition even of?
Well, first of all, that comes from Micah 7:19, and it's the sea of forgetfulness, not the sea of forgiving. So.
Okay, right. Okay.
Got it. So, well, one of the things is, in terms of unconditional love, is I think you first have to look at what type of love. Are we talking agape love? Are we talking eros? Are we talking about somebody you love in terms of being a spouse that you're intimate with, that you have decided to live your life with, or to date, or be a partner, using today's standards, because a lot of people don't get married. So if that's the case, I think there is a thing called unconditional love, that some people can do things to you, and no matter what they do to you, you can still love them. I think the difference is how you love them. Do you love them the way they, like you may move from Eros love to a, agape, like a brother, sister, or friend love, because I still care about you and care about what happens to you, but I'm not going to invest the time, the energy, the money, the everything else for us to be, quote unquote, a partner.
Okay.
I struggle because I try to love everybody unconditionally because I want to be loved unconditionally. That if I do something wrong, I want people to look past mine. And I think what that scripture talks about is us being able to, well, first of all, we're human, so we can never forgive anyone or forget what anybody does, right? So the reason is,
you say never forgive.
You can never forget what anybody does. Therefore, we're not going to forgive 100%. So I don't think
I disagree with that.
Well, I'm just saying, the fact that you can never forget something, your past will always follow you when you deal and look at somebody. Let me give a outward, way out of bounds argument. You see the girl that you knew in high school or college, and if you slept with her, the first thing you remember is the last time you slept with her. Not, hey, how you doing?
Right.
Not you go, oh, right? Then you go, hey, how you doing? And y'all friends, right? So clearly we're not wired to forget. When people do things to us, when people do treat us wrong, we remember that. The forgetfulness part, I think, is how do you act after somebody does something to you? And I'm going to be honest with you, since you got me on, I guess I'm on a podcast and a radio show now.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't have the time or the capacity to carry around not liking you for me to have that in my brain to do that. So I've actually been told, you forgive people too easily. I was like, I'm not carrying your baggage around in my head and in my heart.
I totally agree with that.
Because you did something to me.
I totally agree with that.
And if I say I love you, there's pretty much nothing you can do to change that. Like, you can't make me not love you, even if you don't want to love me. So at some point, I think where we mess up is that we try to attach that to other people, and what other people do, we decide not to love them. But if you actually love somebody, you love them, period. Full stop.
Amen.
Don't matter what they do. Act a fool. Why? Because you thought about hooking up with that girl. He just did it, and now you mad at him. Well, what you mad at him for when you was thinking the same thing? So we're so hypocritical when it comes to it. We always want what we're never giving somebody else. That's just me.
Okay. And I'm going to say this in closing. I get up so other people can call. I believe that you can forgive but not forget. And the reason why I say forgive is that whatever that wrong you did to me doesn't have the effect that it once had on me when you did what you did then. And I'm just like you, Dr. Ken. I don't want to walk around the world like, okay, let's say me and the ex didn't get along and we got divorced. I don't want to walk around the world hating you and mad at you and everything like that.
That's a lot of work.
I still wish you well.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Amen.
And I'll even help you do well.
Yes. Dr. Ken, I'm going to let you go, but I'll leave 3 words with you.
All right.
I love you.
Love you too, brother. All right, man.
All right, take care. All right, take care.
833-212-1017. Why did I go through that whole conversation? Because I'm looking at a story on WISN.com. Milwaukee police seek help identifying 2 children. Anyone with information about the children should contact 414-935-7252. That's District 5 Sergeant. What? Milwaukee Police District 5 is asking for help to identify 2 children. Police have not released further details on where the children were found or how they arrived at the police station. Officials ask that anyone with information contact District 5 at 414-935-7252. You can go to probably any TV or radio station and look at their website, and you'll see WISN.com, and you will see the picture of these 2 black children looks like a boy and a girl. It might be two boys. I don't know, because they're children. Here's my question. Do you love your kids enough that the police would find them and have to put something out on through the media to find your kids? Now, granted, something bad may have happened to the parent or parents. They may not know. They may have mental health. Like it could be myriad things that could be wrong. So I'm not judging them, but a reflection of how you feel and what you think is what you do. And you have two children who look like they may or may not be related on TV, on the radio, on the website, and you're looking for their parent. I don't even know how to begin to tackle that. Like, what do you do? Like, as a parent, I have two grown daughters. I've never lost my children. One of my children tried to walk out the house and then got stuck outside and rang the doorbell, right? That was kind of funny. But we were in a neighborhood where basically it was like suburban Milwaukee in Milwaukee, right? And that lasted, 10 seconds? What are you thinking? Like, what happened that we're seeing pictures of your children? Now, for me, does that call into question love? No, because I don't know the situation that these people are in. I don't know what happened. Kids might have ran away, right? Kids are precocious these days. And if they got access to social media, anything could have happened. They might have escaped from somebody who was trying to abduct them. We don't know. But what I've learned, 7 words ain't like the 7 deadly sins. These 7 words are something, as a parent, I would never, ever, 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 ever want to hear. And if you got a comment, 833-212-1017. The reason why I don't have anything on my mind except this is because these are 2 beautiful, young, look like they're well kept, they're clean kids. And so for all the white people looking at the picture, ooh, their hair so nappy. No, that's called black hair. We got it. It's okay. Everybody in Africa look like that. It's okay. But those 7 words that would make my heart sink if somebody came to my door and said, do you know where your kids are?
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Friday Night Lights officially lives here. 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette University High School championship football. Be sure to tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. as we bring you some of the best gridiron action in the area. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Boyle Frederickson Intellectual Property Law, and Marquette University High School.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 11th and 12th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee and virtually on the 10th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. You keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success too. Let's look forward together. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com. It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested. They open and close doors, latches, and shades tens of thousands of times. That's to ensure they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. Right now, get 0% interest up to 36 months. Certain restrictions apply. Ends October 31st. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey! You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Ironically, Truth Nation, this sweetest day will be giving you more bounce to your ounce by turning up the romance. Tune in all week long as we're giving away the ultimate getaway, complete with a private pool, fireplace, and all the intimacy you could ever dream of. More bounce to the ounce at Cypress Pool Suites. Once per day, we'll be granting 5 lucky winners an escape to the most romantic destination in the Midwest. So tune in right here to 1017 The Truth and all your favorite shows for your chance to win. And the only place you can do that is right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. So you can get your bounce on. And you're probably not going to be on the dance floor. Well, then again, you can do what you want in your pool room. Yeah, do what you want. Get your bounce on, you know. Y'all be. I'm not gonna say what I just thought. I'm just not gonna say it. I'm just not gonna say it. So make sure y'all listen all week, so we can you can get your bounce on. Speaking of, hey Lana.
Hey Dr. Ken Harris.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm okay. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good. I just was the first caller, James.
Yep.
Was that his name?
Yep.
You know, I think he just answered his own question with unconditional love, because, in my opinion, he expressed unconditional love when he still invited his friend over, even after his friend, you know, he believed that he had reason to believe that his friend stole $100. He'd still invite him over, because if he didn't have unconditional love, then he would just totally dismiss him out of his life and just hate him. I think. I don't know.
Well, do you have to hate somebody to dismiss them out of your life?
No, but the opposite of love is, you can have conditional love too.
Is the opposite of love hate?
No, the opposite of unconditional love is conditioned love.
Okay.
Because, see, listen, I mean, like, okay, the reason why I said ex-best friend is I have an ex-best friend. We were best friends for 20 years.
Okay.
And we never had an argument. But she said if I vote different than she does, then she's going to have to just look at me different, and she can't associate with me anymore.
Did you say bye?
Yep. That's why I say ex-best friend. So I think that's conditional.
So here's my question. So here's my question. Was she ever your best friend? I mean,
that's
really?
what I was wondering.
Right.
That's what I was wondering. That's a good question. Because if you really had unconditional love for me, I had the unconditional love for her, because I don't care what you think. I don't care who you vote for. You're your own person. We can still love each other and still get along.
Was this person black?
Nope. Mexican, half Mexican, half white. But I just say Mexican because she don't look like she had white at all. But I've been looking out through the years and everything that I don't think that I don't want to say I want to say, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to I still don't want to disrespect her, even though, let's see, she doesn't know about the black culture. Therefore, she doesn't try to learn about it. Wait a minute.
Think it through.
Since I believe, because of all these years I've been observing and listening and everything, since black people are supposed to be inferior, supposed to be according to the white people, and since she's half white, she doesn't what did you say? She doesn't go toward trying to learn about black people, even though I am black and I'm supposed to be her best friend. And when I try to talk about the black history, that don't want to hear that. But if it is something that's true, then it is being interjected with something with Mexican, or it's like always on the defense instead of trying to understand where I'm coming from. She wants me to be how she wants me to be.
So, Lana, let me say something that I hope, right? Every time you say don't say it, I hope it doesn't offend people, but then it offends people. There's a belief in the black community that, to a point, I hold myself, and I'll admit that, is many Hispanic people don't like black people.
Yes.
There are, and when I say that, I'm talking about maybe 20%, 30%. Just like black people, I know a good number of black people that don't like Hispanic people or white people at all. Don't want to talk to them, don't want to be around them, all that. But I have found that in my life, and hear what I'm about to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, have you ever heard a Hispanic person, and I'm generalizing, and I hope somebody can call me, 833-212-1017, with the exception of one person I know. Have you ever heard somebody that was Hispanic, and I know I'm being very broad, talk about black and brown people? I've only heard that from black people, and I've heard it from white people.
No, they just
but I've rarely heard it from Hispanic people. Because they stick to their culture. They don't ask permission. I ain't mad at them. They don't ask permission. They don't ask for support. They don't ask. Watch this. Have we had anything on this station for Hispanic Heritage Month? Has anybody mentioned it? That's all I'm saying. So it's while I understand it, but we don't do St. Patty's Day. We don't celebrate President's Day, right? We celebrate black stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I have no problem with people believing that their race or their culture is the best culture in the world. I think everybody should think that.
Yes.
So don't get mad at her. Don't get mad at her for taking advantage of what privilege she holds on to, because I know there are a lot of places that Lana can go, do, say, be, that other people can't, because Lana has privilege in those places.
Okay, yeah. But I just don't. I don't want to be an exception. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by exception?
Because it seems like there's no interest in black culture, but yet I am an exception. Because.
But do you understand why you're an exception?
Yes.
Why?
Because I speak Spanish, and mine and her mother and I both are veterans and suffer from the same condition that she understands. And
So watch this. You have something in common. And when you have something in common and you get to know people, race and culture kind of evaporates, right? That's your friend.
Yes, but whenever I have something positive to say about, black people or, talk about reparations or anything, then she goes and talk about, well, Mexicans will say too, and all this and that, instead of listening to my story and my side.
Well, that's a defense mechanism. That's a thing where, and I'm on the outside looking in, of course, but that's just one of those things. In my experience, is one of those things that it's like when you talk about how black people go through things. And white women step up and say, well, I'm a woman and I got treated like that too. I say, are we trying to mitigate what I'm saying, or are you trying to equate yourself to me? Because you can drift back into being white anytime you want to. I can't.
Mitigate.
Okay. So she's no longer your friend.
No, because it hurt my feelings when she said that,
Why?
she no longer have anything to do with me if I vote at a different party than she did, because I thought we was better than that. I mean, 20 years being best friends, never had an argument.
But clearly you were not best friends. Clearly,
but yeah, you're right.
Clearly you were not best friends. And there's nothing wrong with investing in one. Listen, I've had people that I thought was my best friend and they weren't. And they call somebody else their best friend. That's just how life is. You can get over it,
and so what?
Or you can.
And so you got over it. What did you do?
What I did, and what I found out is that the best revenge against anybody is success.
Okay.
The best things I've done in life is because somebody well, that's a lie. Pretty much everything I've done in life is because somebody told me I couldn't. You don't have
so
that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You don't have any experience doing that, and then you do it. And then you don't have to say anything. You let what you are, who you are, and what you've become speak for itself. And that way you don't have to then lower yourself to someone else's standards.
So I don't have to tell them. I can show them better than I can tell them.
Sure can.
So get over feeling bad because we probably weren't best friends in the first place.
But why would you feel bad about somebody that would not, at the minimum, reciprocate what you gave them? It's okay, but don't feel bad.
Yeah, and she thinks just because it's all black people that live in a neighborhood that is ghetto, and she didn't even spend time, in the neighborhood. And sure. I live in a predominant neighborhood, and it's not ghetto at all. Ghetto to me is any place where that's not. It's like below being presentable, like here.
Listen. Where you live is where you live, and if somebody else don't like where you live, don't invite them. You don't want to come. I tell people, you don't want to come to Milwaukee, don't come. If you have a problem with what goes on in Milwaukee, oh my God, the crime, this, well then move to Ozaukee County, move to Waukesha and Washington and Racine. Goodbye. Don't come here. Don't spend your money. Don't own property here and make money off other people in Milwaukee. Don't do none of that. Get out.
And don't even capitalize on them.
Oh, no. They'll take your money. They'll rob you blind.
Yeah.
And so at some point you have to say, well, no. Like, I'm going to be very particular when I sell my house, very particular who I sell my house to. And that's just how it is. If you want to be particular in a suburb, I'm going to be particular in a city. Where you from? Where were you raised? What you doing? What about your kids? What about your family? I want to know about you. And if I don't like you, I ain't selling you my house. You know how I bought the first? Right. You know how I bought the first house that I bought? The first house I bought, the hell I went through trying to get that house because of how they do you in real estate, and you black in Milwaukee is just a whole other show. This woman, white woman, son was a lawyer. This 68-year-old white woman met me and my wife and did exactly to me what I just said to you. Where you from? What you do? Where you living? How many kids you got? Blah, 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 blah. This woman got offered literally $80,000 for her house. She sold that house to me and my wife for $54,500. And I asked her husband, I said, why is she selling it to us when she had an offer on the table for $80,000? And eventually the realtor asked us, could we match it? And she said, no, I'm selling the house to them. And the realtor got upset. She ended up firing him and got the realtor we had to do the house and said, we're good. And I asked, why did you give us house? She said, because I only need like $40,000 to go to the nursing home, and then I'm paid up and I can stay there for the rest of my life and I'm good. She said, this is starting you out. So after I pay my closing costs, I'll have enough money to do whatever I want to do. Honey, take this house. And we closed 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And so that's how you could treat somebody, and you remember you got to do that for somebody else. But if you hold on to how people treat you, then you'll always carry that garbage around, and then you'll start to infect other people around you. Then they'll be mad, and you'll be mad. You ever been mad at somebody for so long that when you saw them, you forgot why you was mad at them, but you was mad at them?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll hug each other like, hey.
Like why haven't we talked? We got into an argument about such and such? About what?
You're like, well, what was it? They're like, I don't know, whatever. Okay, how you doing? You know, just forget it then.
But the only person that can overcome that is you. You literally have to be the bigger person. You literally have to be the bigger person. And if that person doesn't treat you in the right way, you know, you got to do what the Bible says. You know, shake the dust off your feet and move on. Go on somewhere else. Find another friend that's gonna treat you right.
Got it.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm just gonna, know that I'm a good person. I did my part.
But it's okay to mourn your friendship, right? It's okay to mourn the loss of loving somebody that didn't love you.
Yeah,
but there's always somebody out there that's looking for a friend, and that'll be a better friend.
Thank you.
Yep.
I like that.
All right.
Are we still doing the Monday old school classics shows with the black people replaced with black actors and actresses?
We can. I can do whatever I want. It's my show.
Yeah, because that was fun. Because I had all the characters filled in with Gilligan's Island.
Well, we'll do
that one.
We'll do that at the 5 o'clock hour after the top 5 at 5.
Okay. Can I call back?
Absolutely.
I was told I can only call once a day.
I said you can call back.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Lana.
Okay. Bye-bye. You too.
Bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got talking text. We got Sweetie holding on. Make sure you hang on. We got traffic, sports, and weather up next.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
I get it. The cost of rent, groceries, and utilities is too high. So here's what we're going to do about it. We will lower housing costs by building more homes and crack down on landlords who are charging too much. We will lower your food and grocery bills by going after price gougers who are keeping the cost of everyday goods too high.
Kamala Harris's economic plan is focused on lowering costs for families, so you can keep more of your paycheck. That starts with the cost of housing. For first-time home buyers, she's offering $25,000 in down payment assistance. To build wealth, her plan offers up to $50,000 in new startup tax deductions. This is exactly how we can build generational wealth and strengthen our community, so we can get the chance to do more than just get by, but to get ahead.
You work hard for your paycheck. You should get to keep more of it. As president, I'll make that my top priority.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
Delays along westbound 94 stretching all the way out of the Marquette, all the way to about Hawley Road. On northbound 41, we got backups from about Wisconsin Avenue all the way up past Burleigh. On the southbound side, it's the link from Appleton Avenue down to about Capitol Drive. Northbound 43, backing up from Kilbourne all the way up past Fond du Lac. Southbound side's just tight right around the Marquette, heading over the high-rise bridge. Also have some big delays on southbound 43 in Ozaukee County from just before Highland all the way down to Mequon Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clear and cool with the low 48 at the lake, 39 inland. Tomorrow, sunny with the high of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth. Is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneim. It wasn't the prettiest of wins, but nonetheless, the Packers squeezing by the Rams in L.A. on Sunday for their third win of the season. This one by a final score of 24-19.
Here's Love, wide open. He's got Kraft. Tight ends running with stiff arm. Kraft scoring the distance. Tucker Kraft. He plays the game the way it was meant to be played.
Kraft on the receiving end of 2 touchdowns as the Packers with the win improved to 3-2 on the season. Next up is the Arizona Cardinals at Lambeau Field next Sunday. Over to the NBA where the Milwaukee Bucks began their preseason play. Damian Lillard dropped 15, Bobby Portis added 16, but it would not be enough as they fall to the Detroit Pistons by a final score of 120-87. Next up for Milwaukee is a matchup Thursday against the Lakers. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Y'all don't know music like this no more. Y'all don't. Hey. This is skating music. You know how to skate? You know how to roller skate?
Yeah, I know. I used to go to Butler all the time.
That's not what. Yes or no, Jason? See, you just like Kyle. Ask one question and give you a whole soliloquy without answering the question. So you do know how to skate.
Yeah, I go crazy.
Right. Can you skate backwards?
I believe I have before.
Okay, that means you ain't been skating long enough to remember that you...
I ain't been skating in a minute, though.
That's what we need to have, an old school skating party.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, old school truth skate party. Got to have security at the door, break up all the fights, all that.
That's how I used to be back in the day. I'm not at Butler. I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all know how y'all act. They ain't going to let us do no skating party. Black people, no. Well, can we? No. They wouldn't let us skate on the sidewalk. They were like, no. Can't do it. Black people, nope. Absolutely not. 833-212-1017 is the number. I forgot. What a good question, discussion, unconditional love. I agree with you. Everything you said, Dr. Ken. I feel for Lana. She's trying to talk herself through it, but she's hurting. She is grieving losing her friend or who she thought was her friend. And then he said, good job, Dr. Ken. You helped both callers. And Gigi said, I like her, Lana. I like Lana. Lana is a good person. Lana is a from what I know in a phone call, is a person that seems like she cares about people. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sweetie, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
How you doing, Dr. Ken?
Hey, what's up?
ALCC. Now ask me what that means.
I'm afraid to, but what does it mean?
You gotta ask agape love, consideration, and concern.
Oh, okay. I never knew that, but now I do. Well, thank you for that.
You.
Oh.
And not only that, but need to be like 100,000 Dr. Ken. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come and take a picture of you, and I'm gonna go to the cloning lab.
The what?
I'm gonna have you clone.
Don't do that.
I said I'm gonna come.
I don't think you can clone somebody from a picture. I think you might have your your science mixed up.
Yeah,
if you're gonna clone me from a picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, that was.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was good what you just did. That was what's needed around. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Communities everywhere. That's why I want to get you cloned.
Well, thank you.
100,000. Dr. Ken.
I appreciate that.
Oh, my goodness. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the two babies because that was very touching. Maybe, whoever that parent is, they just feel like they couldn't take care of them anymore.
Yeah, but we don't know, and so we can't make an assumption like that. Like we don't know how they were found. Well, but we don't know how they were found. We don't know how they were found. We don't know if they got found on the street. Did somebody turn them into the police district? Like we don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, right? If it was a situation like that, but. Yeah. It's a sad thing, but so much is happening nowadays when it comes to children, So we just have to, just hope for the best.
I don't hope. I pray.
Yeah.
Hope ain't never saved anything or anybody.
Well, we're gonna pray for the best. Okay, I'm gonna take your word. You know
All right.
what I mean, and use it. That's my word too.
I appreciate it.
And keep those children up before God. All right, then. That's all I had to say.
All right. Take care.
All right, God bless.
Bye-bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. Valentina, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm great. I just got out of school, and I was listening, and I was making my other classmates listen. We got to educate ourselves.
Okay. Well, wait. Wait. I'm afraid to ask. What class is that?
Oh, so what I'm going to school for right now is lead abatement. But right now we're learning the carpentry portion of it.
Okay.
So for people that don't know, because Milwaukee is an older city, town,
right?
We have buildings that still have lead in them that affects children, cognitive, health-wise, things like that. So I got into lead abatement for that.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, I enjoy it.
All right.
I enjoy it. And then I met a lot of like-minded individuals, so I'm having a good time.
Good.
Good. So I was actually calling because me and a classmate was listening to the young lady who lost a friend who didn't really relate with her. I felt for her. She seemed so sweet.
And you have any words for her?
I do. I do have a word for her. If she needs like-minded people to be around her, I am more than willing to leave my number so that we can, whatever she wants, coffee, we can talk about reparations, all of those things that affect our community.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to have coffee and talk about it and listen to her opinion and all those things.
Well,
she's open.
Here's what I'll do. I'll put you on hold, and I'll let Jason take your number. If she decides to call back, that's on her. Yeah. But if she doesn't, we're not going to
That's perfectly fine.
Okay. We're not going to ask her to pass it on because that's a personal, private thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But I just put it out there.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening.
All right. Take care. Hold on.
Take care. All right.
833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, you need to join us for our first ever Truth Summit, Saturday, October 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the 3rd Street Market Hall. This exclusive in-person roundtable is slowly selling out. And so what we're going to do is examine the state of finance and education and politics and policy for Black Milwaukee. I will be joined by an expert panel with people like Sherwin Hughes and Jason Fields and Dr. Lita Mallett, Dr. Glenn Matthews to start, Fred Johnson from Erie Insurance, J.B. Bell. Look, we're going to have a bunch of people there to really have a debate and talk about what is going on in this city, in those particular areas, and what we can do. We ain't going to be talking about politics. We're not going to be talking about who the president is. We're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about who the mayor is, who the common council, who the governor, what policies and things that are going on in Milwaukee that we can change. It's not by accident I'm having it in the fourth quarter of 2024. So we can get ready for what's coming in 2025. You need to reserve your spot for the Truth Summit by visiting 1017thetruth.com. Scroll down, and you'll see a thing that says Truth Summit with my ugly picture with some sunglasses on. Just make sure you do it. That's 1017thetruth.com. Truth Summit, sponsored by One Milwaukee, and your free food is being catered by Shawnee's Exquisite Catering. Go to 1017thetruth.com.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I need to let you know the award-winning Tory Lowe Show can now be streamed live on YouTube every day from 1 to 4. I am now bringing all the smoke on YouTube every single weekday. I need you to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and check out the award-winning Tory Lowe Show live every afternoon. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Now that's powerful.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year in 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as we have a battle for first place in the Greater Metro Conference. The Hilltoppers host conference rival, the Sussex Hamilton Chargers. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on 1017 The Truth. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Leff's Lucky Town, Boyle Frederickson Intellectual Property Law, and Marquette University High School.
After an accident, don't wait to get the help you need. Call Gruber Law Offices first. There is no fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. Go to pcf.org today. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Tory Lowe, and the time is now, Milwaukee. I believe the people who listen to the Tory Lowe Show are ready for real change in the community and love to bring all the smoke. Tap in, Truth Nation, to the Tory Lowe Show every day from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the new 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The movement continues. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
That is absolutely ridiculous. So we were comparing watches. So we both got Apple Watches in our activity. And so I pressed my activity ring. That ain't your activity. Well, he got his set on 1,800 calories. Mine is set on 750, and I'm at like 660. So I got another couple of hundred calories. So I'm going to eat a small meal tonight because I eat 5 times a day. I got another small meal, and I'm good, right? Dude is at 1,800 calories. Really? Oh, by the way, I weighed myself. Remember? I was at 252, 226. Somebody looked at me today and said, "Are you losing weight?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, my God." And then they said, "You look good." And I said, "So I didn't look good before?" That's not what I meant, but that's what you said. Like, really? 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 Ooh, some people just hurt my feelings. Make me cry. Speaking of crying, Milton is now at 180 miles an hour. It's Category 1, and it's about to hit Florida again. So everybody that I said, "Oh, you should move to Florida," there ain't a snowball's chance in a microwave oven that I'm ever moving to Florida. Like, never. Ever am I moving to Florida. Like, that is like, wasn't it last week? Asheville, South Carolina is like, there is no more Asheville. It's gone. It's literally gone. They showed before and after pictures from satellite. You know, they had the houses and this and the tennis courts and the basketball court, and then they showed it afterwards. There was dirt. It was gone. The storm came in and took it. Like, dude, no. No. And Florida? No. Hey, let's go to the Gulf Coast. Let's not. What about Galveston? Nope. Houston? Nope. New Orleans? Nope. Jacksonville? Nope. Nowhere in southern Alabama and nowhere in southern Georgia. Not gonna happen. You know why? Because I'll be singing that song, Float On. No, your house won't float in a hurricane. It'll just disintegrate. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay right here. I like the snow. You know why? Keeps all y'all in the house. Then I can go outside and play. Make snow angels. Top 5 at 5 up next.
Truth Nation, it's Telly Hughes from Truth Be Told with Denise Thomas and Telly Hughes, and I have to let you know that the best morning show in the country is streaming live on YouTube every weekday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, DT and I are now waking you up in the a.m. live every weekday on YouTube. So go to YouTube right now to subscribe to 1017 The Truth so you can watch Denise and I get your morning started off right. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices. Milwaukee, Black Talk.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I push through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I was a little taken aback when I changed my, matter of fact, where's my new opening? I got to find some music first, I guess. But that might help. What?
I might have, but I don't remember what I sent, so I got to listen and do it again. And hint, hint. Somebody said, "Man, that's a nice cut. I wouldn't expect you to choose something like that." Like what? Like that? I was offended. I was offended. Like I can't listen to black music. I can't listen to it. Like what? Hurt my feelings. So I want to say thank you to who was it that called? Was it Valentina that said give her my I want to say thank you to Valentina. Now y'all, somebody keep an eye out for Lana, because you know we don't be connecting people and then turn around and get blamed for something happening. No. That's on you. We ain't doing that. So this whole hey, give her my number. You know, back in the day you could do that. Can't do that now. They got too many crazy people. I mean, look at Jason. Look at his hair. Snatch.
Player. That's what they call this.
What?
Player.
You haven't come up with a better name than Player?
Yeah, Player.
Y'all just steal stuff. It's just pitiful.
Dr. Kill, what word are we going to use besides Player?
Make it up. We did. Can't y'all make up anything? Like nothing.
If y'all making up some good stuff,
who's y'all? Who you calling y'all? Who you calling y'all?
Take what y'all
I said you, and you talking y'all.
We
trying to bash all boomers? This is a boomer moment. No, this is a boomer world. Couldn't even argue that, could you?
Right now it is. I understand that right now. Y'all not understanding.
We'll be dead and gone. It'll still be our world. Y'all be like, we haven't come up with anything new. What are we going to do? We should have listened to them when we had a chance.
The future is coming, Dr. Ken.
That is probably one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever heard, because 1 second later it's called the future. What?
Dr. Ken, you know exactly what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
The future, like years and years from now, like we gonna be coming up with some crazy stuff.
We still waiting on you to come up with something in y'all 20s and 30s.
We in the process.
Of what? What are you waiting for?
Creating, thinking, ideation.
The silent generation was in World War II at age 17, 18 years old, flying bombers. Y'all can't get across the street without looking at y'all phone. Like, really? Like, really?
See, we don't, the difference is we didn't have to deal with all of that the silent generation had to deal with.
You mean like war? Oh, don't worry about that. It's coming.
Hey, I told you. Listen,
trust me.
I'm not going to no war.
If they call your number, you going to war, or somebody going to come lock you behind up.
I'm hiding, Dr. Kent.
You going to hide? Where you going? Don't go to Canada.
Hiding.
Canada send you back. Now, player, you can't come in here. You got to go. Did you just call me a player? Yes, I did.
It's no, listen, they try to get me. I don't know. I'm going to figure out some way to get out. I don't know if I got to change my name.
So you don't love your country enough to fight for your country and your freedoms?
I understand the country.
That all those black people that died during the Civil War, and all the black people that died during Korea and Vietnam, and all, they fought all that time. The civil rights movement died so that you could actually be here to wear the hair that you want, to walk around the way you want, vote, talk on the radio, dress the way, all that. But if somebody says, hey, we need some help defending this, nah, that's okay.
I respect them all. I respect every vet. My great-granddad was a vet. Like, he's buried, him and his wife, my great-granny buried in, like, the little veteran thing. I respect them.
The little veterans thing?
Not little. That's disrespectful, but you know what I'm saying.
That's totally disrespectful.
Like, that's my great-grandpa, so I ain't gonna disrespect them. They buried over there, so I respect them. I believe that they are some of the bravest people. I really
and you just admit that you're not brave.
I'm brave.
No, you're
not. I don't think I'm that brave. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Okay, you're either brave or you're not.
You can be
Are you brave if somebody breaks into your house and tries to kill you and your family?
Oh, it's over. It's wraps.
If somebody does that to your country, you'll never have to worry about it because they'll own you.
I feel that, but
you won't have to vote because a tyrannical government will come in and you never have to vote because they're going to make themselves czar for life. Oh, well.
No, I feel like Dr. Ken. I truly do. But the family is more personal to me. I understand the country. Listen, I don't want to be
the fact that you have a family, and your family can. The fact that you have a family and your family can do what they do and be who they are, is because people died for that right.
I respect them.
Okay. But you're not willing to die for someone else to have that right, like your children or your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren. Okay, I got it. All right.
That's a tough one, Dr. King.
Yeah, but you already said no, so it's not a big deal. Wow.
That's a tough one.
Wow. Who says generations aren't different? So in other words, what I'm saying is that when the fight break out and they on the streets of Milwaukee, we ain't got to worry about nobody under the age of 30 or even 40 like helping out because y'all gonna be hiding in the basement.
That's just scary to think about.
What's scary to think about?
Being in war and then we got guns. We doing all of this. I can't. Come on, man. What are we doing right now?
Wow.
Like I'm risking my life
and the lives of others. Okay. All right.
You know.
Okay.
They not finding me at the end of the day.
That's not true. You know why? You'll have your phone. Yeah.
Number 5.
From CBS 58, even as Florida braces for another major hurricane, new estimates reveal Hurricane Helene caused up to $47.5 billion in losses for property owners. Helene was a Category 4 hurricane that made landfall September 26, caused widespread and devastating flooding in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Well, there are now hurricane warnings that have now been issued for Florida a second time in a couple weeks because somebody just mentioned to me they know people in Fort Myers, Florida. Well, that's where they're setting up sandbags right now. The Tampa airport is closing at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and they're expecting the storm to hit with about 180-mile-an-hour wind. They're expecting a foot of rain or more possible for some locations. And they're saying that this is probably the strongest system on the planet that's headed toward Florida. Why would you move to Florida? Like, why in the world of all, like, I know people who used to live on my block around the corner who moved to Florida. Why? Why would you move to Florida? There's absolutely no reason to move to Florida. There is no way I'm ever moving to Florida. Well, what?
I was about to go to college in Florida. It's crazy. I was about to go to Florida instead of UW Milwaukee, but then I got scared. And I was like, oh, no, I can't get away from family that long.
What'd you get scared of?
Because I just didn't, I had never been without family. So in my head, when the time came close, I'm like, whoa, hold on.
So on top of not being brave, you're a crybaby.
And
you literally are the epitome of a crybaby snowflake.
But now I wish I would have.
But you just admitted that. Like, you literally admitted as a Gen Z, you are a crybaby snowflake.
I was 18.
So the crybaby part came from not going away to college, and the snowflake part came from not wanting to go to war to defend your honor, your family, your country. Okay, I got it. Crybaby
I was
snowflake.
18.
Crybaby snowflake.
Now I want to go to an HBCU out of state.
For your master's degree?
Yeah.
And you're not going to produce my show? You're just going to roll out?
I don't know when I'm going to get this master's. Soon, though.
So you rolling out?
No, and I could get my master's and still produce.
At a HBCU?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Crybaby snowflake. He's proving it. See, I ain't got to say nothing. You know I'm teasing. I ain't got to say nothing. I ain't got to do nothing.
Number 4.
From JS Online, there is a lot of public discussion about how much state taxpayers' money the UW system should get. But they don't talk about how they divvy it up between the universities. Like, why are some universities go under and some are not? Right? We would kind of tiptoe up to this topic more than once during my tenure, and somehow it kind of never got there, says Bob Atwell, who recently finished a 7-year term on the UW Board of Regents and now serves as a legislative committee studying the future of the UW system. It was called the Untouchables. But now that legislation committee is cracking open a conversation about funding allocations, what factors they're based on, whether the allotments are fair, and if it's time for an adjustment of the funding formula. In other words, there's a per student funding allocation by the UW where UW-Madison gets $10,893 per student. UW Superior gets $10,679. Parkside, $82.51. UW Milwaukee, $76.82. And then Platteville, River Falls, and on down to the lowest, which is UW La Crosse, which only gets 3,556 students. So in other words, the largest and the smallest universities make out. Madison and Superior each received more than $10,600 in state money for every student enrolled last year. Whitewater and La Crosse got $3,600, the lowest. Do you know the work that UW Whitewater does is absolutely phenomenal with black students out of Milwaukee? They go there, they flourish, they graduate. They do a great job. So if we want to start digging into some of the things that we might look at that are suspicious, that might literally be racist, that's what we need to look at. Who goes to UW Whitewater? Who goes to UW La Crosse? And when I say racist, I mean it in the not in the form. Well, I guess I wouldn't call it racist. I would say more. I got to come up with a word for that because socioeconomically, really, really rich people don't go to Whitewater and La Crosse. But they do cover very important populations in Wisconsin. And the fact that they only get $3,600 per student is absolutely idiotic and ridiculous. And even though you get more students, you don't get more money. That makes no sense. There's no reason why UW-Madison gets money from the state with the billions of dollars they get. It just doesn't make any sense. That's just me. I'm not against UW-Madison. I think UW-Madison is a very much needed institution in the state of Wisconsin. But at some point, somebody needs to start to look under the rug and start questioning whether or not what we're doing with UW-Madison makes sense at all. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Number 3.
This also from JS Online, a Milwaukee man that was shot during last week's standoff. You remember that. They confirmed today that a man shot at a standoff last Friday had been wounded by an officer's gunfire. The man was found shot to death inside a residence after the standoff with a gun by his side. On last Friday, Milwaukee police said an officer had fired at the man, but authorities were not certain if the officer had struck him. Well, today, the medical examiner's office here in Milwaukee County said it was investigating the 33-year-old's death as a homicide. The police department cited preliminary findings from the medical examiner's autopsy in confirming an officer's gunfire has struck the man. So understand what happens. Anytime a person dies by the hands of another person, it's a homicide. It doesn't matter if it's justified, unjustified, accidental, it's a homicide, right? So don't get all flipped out that the officer did something wrong because he returned fire that was being fired at him. Confirmation comes after the police responded to a shooting, 4100 block of North 68th last Friday at a press conference following the incident. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman said an officer fired at the man after he disregarded commands to drop a gun. The standoff began as police arrived to the reported shooting. Officers arrived at the residence to see 3 victims leaping from a second-floor story porch with one person had already been shot. As they moved the victim to safety, the man appeared on the porch with a firearm, disregarded commands to drop his firearm, and at the time, a 28-year-old officer with 3 years' experience fired at the suspect, and it was unclear if he hit him, and now the medical examiner has confirmed that that person was, in fact, struck.
Number 2.
This from Black Enterprise. Hey, y'all. Diddy got a mama, too. Janice Small Combs, the mother of Sean Diddy Combs, released a statement today defending her son from all allegations brought against him last year. Isn't that what you'd expect? Her legal representation at the law offices of Natalie Figures released a statement publicly yesterday. In a lengthy piece, she urged everyone not to prejudge her son before any convictions are made. Moreover, she encouraged others to listen to his side before engaging in a public lynching of his character. I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems like a public lynching of my son before he has even had opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. She added, like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court to finally share his side and prove his innocence. She noted that Combs is not perfect and lied about some of the accusations. However, she argued that the court system used his settlement with ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura as an admission of guilt to more crimes. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Like, why are you shaking?
I understand.
Why are you shaking?
Mama.
Why are you shaking up?
I understand. Because, I mean, even Jeffrey Dahmer mama defended him. So that is his mama, but come on now. Come on now.
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
I think we all know the truth. I think his mama even know the truth.
You don't do that. Don't do that to somebody, mama. Don't do that to somebody. That's just mean. I'm not talking to Jason anymore. It's just mean. Jason, that was just mean. You know the one thing his mother has? Unconditional love.
That's true. That's true.
That was unforgivable.
Number 1.
From BlackEnterprise.com, Sissy Houston. Recognize the name? The Grammy-winning gospel singer and mother of the late Whitney Houston has now passed away today at age 91. Houston passed away at her New Jersey home while surrounded by her family, Associated Press reported. The two-time Grammy winner, who performed alongside superstar musicians like Elvis Presley and Aretha Franklin, was receiving hospice for Alzheimer's at her time of death. Her daughter-in-law, Pat Houston, confirmed it. She said, "Our hearts are filled with pain and sadness. We lost the matriarch of our family." Pat Houston said in a statement, noting Houston's unparalleled, what we call and what she calls, contributions to popular music.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This Sweetest Day, we're turning up the romance. Imagine you and your special someone in a private, luxurious suite at Simmons Pool Suites. We're giving away the ultimate getaway, complete with a private pool, fireplace, and all the intimacy you could dream of. For this entire week, listen close, because we will be granting 5 lucky winners an escape to the most romantic destination in the Midwest, Simmons Pool Suites, where love and relaxation meet. Tune in all week for your chance to win, only on 1017 The Truth. This Sweetest Day, let us take your love to the next level.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 11th and 12th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee and virtually on the 10th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. You keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success too. Let's look forward together. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
What's up, Truth Nation? It's your girl, Noni Juice, here for my friends at Steinhafels. Steinhafels is celebrating its 90th anniversary with its Friends and Family Sale. Take up to $300 off a qualified purchase or take advantage of Steinhafels' 36-month 0% financing and get a $200 MasterCard rewards card. Steinhafels literally has something for everyone. Shop Steinhafels' Friends and Family Sale in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Music Monday, Zap and Roger Troutman. Also want to remind you, if your garage door is giving you a headache, best way I know how to deal with it is call my friends at Geis. Family owned since 1955, Geis is the trusted authority on garage doors and openers in southeastern Wisconsin. Trust me, I use them too. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. So for fast, reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com, GEIS Doors.com, or call 262-784-4250. Give them a call. Tell them Dr. Ken said call. Don't think twice. Just call Geis. 833-212-1017 is the number.
One call, that's all.
Truth Nation, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all 5K giveaway entry for the day. Yes, you can be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Caller number 3 right now, 833-212-1017. You'll be entered in to win the $5,000 giveaway if you win at the end of October, right? That's with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, that's caller number 3, 833-212-1017 is the number. Remember, if your loved one has ever been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. We're looking for caller number 3, 833-212-1017 is the number, and I'm looking for the caller. You're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
Specialist for the caller, reporting for duty. Retired, might I add.
Retired specialist
it's a
for.
few things.
Thank
yes,
you.
sir. But,
Thank you for your
always
service.
willing, ready, and able, good doc.
All right.
If anybody is coming up Fond du Lac, foreign or domestic,
come on now.
As I swore my life at 17 in the mid-'80s.
Okay.
As a Gen Xer, who I'm proud of, a choice I'm very proud of and will always be proud of, and my family has been proud of for many generations since the Civil War, at least.
As am I.
And so I want anybody who is from a generation that purports to be the greatest generation, even before the generation really gets to become adults, to take that example and attempt to follow it, because they're getting long in the tooth to not have achieved like the other great generations. If in fact they're going to call themselves great, I think that's the point that you were making last week.
That's
right?
part of it. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then I heard you say something to the young man. You complimented him by calling him a player, and he took that as an insult because the Me Too movement and other movements have told him that that's an insult. A player would mean a player of life, in my opinion, and how you navigate it. And even some gangster rappers, quote unquote, will explain that to you if they're eloquent, like the Penthouse players. So I suggest that, like we did, view the generations before you so that you can grab some of their greatness and make it your own.
There you go.
And inspire the ones who come behind you. Also, I want to talk about Diddy's mom. Like any mother, your child is, or parent, your child is your child.
Right.
But she had no comments when someone else's child was having glass vases thrown at them. So my ability to have the sympathy that I talked about last week for him as an individual has diminished, even though he does deserve to have his day in court like any other person.
Correct.
And particularly like people who are Caucasian, who are accused of similar crimes, are treated different and most certainly get bailed as soon as they get to court. I agree there. But at the same time, she had an opportunity to apologize to the family of the young lady who wouldn't have had any reason to sign an agreement not to talk about the abuse that she suffered had her son not abused that young lady. Now, the other things that we don't know about yet, I think I agree with her. Everybody should wait until the facts come out, and maybe the feds are leaning on him to catch bigger fish than him. You know, who knows?
That's pretty tough if there's bigger fish than him.
Oh yeah, because
I don't think he could have done it all by himself. There's no way he could have done all this by himself. No way.
Exactly.
No.
And unlike and similar to R. Kelly, probably a lot of the people who they will have on the next reality show, like the Surviving R. Kelly,
right,
sat there and spoke of themselves as accessories to all the crimes.
Yep.
And usually when you guys in law enforcement have a RICO case, more than one person go to jail, right?
Well, local law enforcement doesn't do RICO. That's federal.
Oh, well, I mean, or at any point when you're saying have a criminal enterprise, which is the RICO.
Oh yeah, they know.
Usually.
Yep.
And as far as the R. Kelly case, I think he's the only one who went to jail, and they kept force feeding us that he was a part of leading a criminal organization, and then they showed a TV show where all the people who, like his wife, who was there saying she had sex with people and was forced, and I didn't hear anybody say R. Kelly beat me up or R. Kelly held a gun on me, and for you as an adult to say his money made me do things that are illegal to children, should have gotten your butt locked up right with him.
Yep.
And I guess I can leave.
Think about what you just said. They said they got forced, and through the entire trial and all this stuff, they never said a word.
Mm-hmm. And so I really believe that, Doc, at some point, R. Kelly's lawyers will get his case reviewed, and he'll be charged with the things he personally did as an individual, more so than to people saying he coerced so many people into doing things or forced is the phrase I heard a lot.
Wow.
And maybe he'll get the time that he should have got when he forged the name of Aaliyah's parent. And I feel that people who want to cancel his art all while Elvis Presley has 100 radio stations. I think they're wrong because that to me that seems racially motivated.
Well, anytime. Well, Bill Cosby's issues didn't start until he tried to buy NBC.
Mm-hmm.
When he raised himself up and thought that he was bigger than other people, Bob Johnson was like granted the ability to become a billionaire when he sold BET to MCA, and then was kind of chosen to be an owner of a football team.
Mm-hmm.
But he never consciously went after one. Neither did Michael Jordan.
Not at all.
But it seems like every time you try to do something, what's his name? Who tried to buy BET and all that with, other folks, and then you had two.
Byron Allen,
right? Byron Allen, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, go ahead.
Well, Byron has been in entertainment since he's a child. I think he was knowledgeable enough to know the how and the when, and he's not always, and he lives a different lifestyle. He's not always in the public eye, where you can create as many enemies as Diddy is a cool guy who probably is seemingly outwardly what people would define as a player, and a lot of people who just can't do that, no matter how much money, can't have that persona or personality, no matter how much money they have.
Right.
Many times are jealous of a guy like him who would be just fine with women and whatever if he were a fireman, for example.
Same thing as Tyler Perry.
He's cooler than you no matter what.
Same thing as Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry.
Yep. So, or I mean, a fictional character like the Fonz, who when he walks in, the ladies go crazy. There are some people who just have charisma that you can't buy.
Yep.
And when you find somebody with money and that charisma, they are able to persuade people who are weak-minded. But no one should be able to persuade an adult.
Don't make the assumption that if that happened to somebody, they're weak-minded.
Okay.
Because they may not be. They may have made a conscious effort to actually do it, as many of them did. So we want to use ourselves as the barometer as to something somebody else does. But those people that signed up for that TV show with Diddy, like they signed up for it. They signed a release and said, "I'm gonna be there," and he made them look like a fool. But they signed a release and got paid. So.
Except for one guy. You remember this guy? And that's I'm waiting to hear Dylon, who wouldn't go get the cheesecake. You remember him?
Right.
He said, "I'm here to make music. I ain't walking around New York at night for nobody.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, send me home." And the next week he wasn't on there.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to do some research, and I'll talk about Dylon later this week.
All right.
Dylon might be the guy who can get Diddy off.
No, Dylon going to be the one that's going to get him hooked up.
No.
he might have one, brother. All right, take care. 833-212-1017. He might have all the tea. Say what? Tracy, congratulations. You're a qualifier in the 5K giveaway with Gruber Law Offices. So I want to say congratulations to you. Let me hit this talking text line. Let me see. YouTube chat says... Okay, that wasn't now. So, Creation Muse said, "Why would anyone move to Florida, Australia, or any of the coasts or islands unless you can swim?" But then there are the tornado areas, like the cold north, bugs, hot weather in the south. Well, nowhere is perfect. Nowhere. Oh, I'm sorry. They said AI. Hopefully, AI will be molded after Generation X and baby boomers' most diverse generations. Okay, then they said AI can replicate voice and image. The only thing left to replicate personality, possibly a life-size bot. I don't think they're going to get there. Because if they're going to investigate Diddy, they got to investigate Woodstock. Now, I don't know. You don't know nothing about Woodstock. I was a kid when Woodstock was out. Some of the stuff that happened in Woodstock, free love, open love, drugs everywhere, Woodstock, New York. Biggest party you ever seen in your life. Mass debauchery. Mostly white folks. Did anybody say nothing? Not a word. Pretend like it never happened. Woodstock? But y'all complaining about, Yeah. Traffic, weather, and sports up next.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Telly Hughes with his truth.
I want to stress the importance of a positive mindset. Everything begins as a thought before it ever becomes an action. So it's extremely important to purposely place yourself in positive spaces to help shape and nurture those thoughts. I know you're probably thinking, okay, Telly, let's be realistic. Look, I get it. You may work with people with bad energy, or you may even be related to people who are negative by nature. In this journey called life, there will be many things that come your way that's out of your control. But what you can control is how you respond. Understand this. You have the right to either tap in or tap out of whatever energy that may come your way. And that's how you can control and protect your positive spaces. The mind is where it all starts, and if your thoughts are centered around positivity, you'll see how things begin to transform. You'll see a noticeable difference between things happening for you versus things always happening to you. You begin to grow through situations as opposed to just going through tough situations. Make it a priority to surround yourself with positive people and create those positive spaces and begin to experience the fruits of what a positive mindset can produce. Trust me, it takes work to creating these spaces, and you have to be intentional about it. And I'm committed to putting in the work because I'm living proof that it's well worth the peace a positive mindset brings.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Well, we have an accident now on northbound 41, just about at North Avenue off on the right shoulder. So watch out for that. We got delays coming in from Mayfair Road up to that point. Southbound on 41, slowing down from just before Silver Spring down past Capitol. Southbound 43, also heavy from just before Hampton down past Capitol Drive as well. A little bit heavy over the high-rise bridge all the way down to the KK River. Northbound on 43, that's backed up out of the Marquette up past Fond du Lac Avenue. And the westbound on 94, slowing from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Clear and cool, a low of 48 at the lake, 39 inland. Tomorrow, sunny with the high of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth. Is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneim. It wasn't the prettiest of wins, but nonetheless, the Packers squeezing by the Rams in LA on Sunday for their third win of the season. This one by a final score of 24-19.
Here's Love, wide open. He's got Kraft. Tight ends round with stiff arm. Kraft scored the distance. Tucker Kraft. He plays the game the way it was meant to be played.
Kraft Kraft on the receiving end of 2 touchdowns as the Packers with the win improved to 3-2 on the season. Next up is the Arizona Cardinals at Lambeau Field next Sunday. Over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks began their preseason play. Damian Lillard dropped 15, Bobby Portis added 16, but it would not be enough as they fall to the Detroit Pistons by a final score of 120-87. Next up for Milwaukee is a matchup Thursday against the Lakers. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. For Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested. They open and close doors, latches, shades, tens of thousands of times to ensure they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors, innovative features like shades between the glass. Right now, get 0% interest up to 36 months. Certain restrictions apply. Ends October 31st. Get started today at PellaWI.com, PellaWI.com. Tell them Dr. Ken sent you. 833-212-1017 is the number. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Yeah, I know you were talking about Woodstock. Was that in the 60s, I believe?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay, now, I was reading something, and they also talked about something that was just as big as Woodstock, and it was in the 70s in New York. Some of the most notorious swinger clubs, and let's not forget Club 54, when they said some of the biggest, like, movie celebrities would come. Some of the musicians would come there for a celebration. They talked about how it was drugs and all this stuff that's out of the norm that they make it seem that's so bad right now today.
Studio 54.
Yeah, and then they had talked about some of the secret clubs that was very notorious, and they also brought up Hugh Hefner too during that time.
Yeah.
So I just think, like, right now, some things are, like, so touchy right now. But back then, it was just a celebration for some reason. I think people – all right, have a good one. Okay, bye-bye.
I was just agreeing with him, but I think he thought I was cutting him off. So, my bad, Al. Call back tomorrow. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hi, Sandra. How are you?
I am okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What's up?
Okay. I know you don't have a lot of time because I called a little late. But anyways, I have to call you. I have to give your people some praises this time.
Why is that?
The police. Because they came to my house.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I told you my daughter was sick, and so she took a test, and the test was real negative, and I need to get her back to the hospital real fast.
Okay.
And they came to my house. I was surprised because, I thought I'd get a phone call or something, but they came real fast. And then, because when she had taken the test, it wasn't long after, and we left, and we came back home, and then here they come. So he came around the back gate, and when he said he wanted to speak with her, you get kind of afraid because you're leery a little bit. But anyway, so he and I asked him, can he talk to me? He said, nope. I said, okay. He says, is she there? I said, yep. And so he says, can I talk to her? Well, I couldn't say no because he said he wanted to talk to her. So anyways, he went around the front, and then he brought another police with him. And luckily my daughter knew her. She was a little lady, too. And just kind of short. Maybe that's why I said little, but she's a police lady. And they told me to get her back to the hospital real fast because she's got to go to emergency. And so, I have to give you guys some credit.
So how come you didn't speak to the police?
I did. He said he couldn't talk to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then he looked at me real funny, like, I don't know if he looked at me like I didn't trust him or whatever, but I didn't know.
You had that look on your face that you don't like the police. Come on now, Sandra.
I never said, I told you that before, because I never said I disliked him. I just said I dislike the fact when a black man is killed or shot in the back of the head or shot in the back and he's running. No, I don't like that. And if I was a mother, I'd be protesting too, just like Puffy Combs' mother, because I called out my son. And like I said, that's my son. I carried him 9 months. That's my son.
Okay.
And my son, like I told you, he did some time in the service.
Okay.
Yes, he did. And he went to fight war for those billionaires.
Let's get back on what we. Let's get back on what we was talking about. No, let's get back on. Let's get back on what we was talking about.
And just help our people, like you say, we just gotta wait and let them, take them to court and see what come out of that. Because you always say that.
But y'all never like what comes out in court, because when they get found guilty, you then want to blame the court when in fact.
No, I never blame the court. You don't want me to go there. I blame the people at police that get away with it.
Sandra. You just call them on
the people that
next time, just call. Call me out on Wisconsin
Avenue. Let's talk about the hurricane.
No, we're talking about the hurricane. I ain't talking about the hurricane. We gonna fight. We gonna fight out on Wisconsin Avenue.
Okay. I'm going to ask you. Okay, I sure will come down, too.
I know you would. That's why I didn't call you out. That's crazy. I'll be like, meet me out there at 6:15. She be standing in the middle of the street screaming, where's Dr. Kidd? And then I'll be all embarrassed. And nope. That ain't happening.
I'm not that way. You know I'm not that way. I just kind of got to base a few little opinions. And being a mother, I get kind of upset because he's been there 25 years, and he don't sound good. He don't sound good whatsoever. He's
Have you been to see him?
60.
Have you been to see him?
Well, not said. I got a call because they had that little COVID stuff. And they had him shut down. They said for about 2 years.
But it's over. It's over, and you can take a COVID shot and a booster. So
you can't just go there. You have to, make appointments.
Then make an appointment and go see your son.
I will. I ain't got no problem with it. I'm not just everybody going to go.
Hurry up.
No, well, when I go see him, I'm trying to find me a lawyer. Get him off of some of this stuff. These people off his back, because I don't make no sense. 26 years in prison.
Come on now. Come on now.
Come on, Dr. Kidd.
Come on now.
60-year-old man, what can he do? 60?
It don't matter. A lot of 60-year-old men I know can do a lot. And that's insulting. And that's insulting because I'm older than your son. See? I'm done with Sandra.
I'm older than you.
Listen. Jason, don't let Sandra call until tomorrow, okay?
Okay, then. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye, Jason. Okay, bye.
She can't call till tomorrow. Letting her call here every day. Ugh.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices. One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
People will tell you that race is a social construct and that there's no biological reality that distinguishes between a white individual and a black individual. So what does that mean if there are these quote-unquote disparities, right? It means that the way we move through a society is markedly different, right? And that the experience that we have has biological consequences. Is when you're in a society where people are constantly discriminating against a certain group, denying access, don't have control over the institutions that govern our lives. All of those things create a biological reality and a response, whether it's a stress hormone or a fear or something that could be passed on, what we call epigenetics, which means what my mother or my grandmother experienced had an effect on what formed me in my responses to those stressors. That's how we can be two individual people with very little difference, but have totally, vastly different experiences as we move through our reproductive health.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested. They open and close doors, latches, and shades tens of thousands of times. That's to ensure they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. Right now, get 0% interest up to 36 months. Certain restrictions apply. Ends October 31st. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Hey, Truth Nation, we've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black Business Give Back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses. Visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Sign up today. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Hey, Lana, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. You call back?
Yes. I called back because you said I could, and I said I was.
Okay.
So I called. So I called back to thank you very much for making me feel like I matter, and seeing where I'm coming from, and to give me some helpful tips and advice on how to feel better. And I thank everybody for making me feel better, and I do. I had to get myself together. I wasn't expecting this, but I'm so thankful that you make me feel like I matter. And thank you, everybody, especially Valentina Moore. We called each other and we had a nice conversation. Thank you so much.
You do matter. Everybody matters.
Thank you. We do.
And that's why the truth is here. Just for that. You got it?
I appreciate it.
All
yes,
right.
I do.
Take care of yourself.
Okay.
We love you.
You too. We love you too.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Thank you.
And so when people ask me, why do you talk on the radio every day for 2 days? Because every now and then, somebody can bless you like you try to bless them. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. I'll be back in 22 hours, God willing, where we will have the best in Milwaukee Black Talk. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. God bless. Take care. And thank you for what you did for Lana. That's why we're here. I'm out.